A truck of mass 10,000 kg, a truck of mass 10,000 kg, a truck of mass 10,000 kg moves up an inclined plane of 1 in 50 1 in 50 with a speed of 36 kilometers per hour then find power of the engine. Yes, very good. What do you mean by 1 in 50? Sin theta is 1 by 50. That is what they are giving. 20 kilowatt is the answer. Do Pavitra? No problem, something you are thinking. 20 kilowatt is the answer. Yes, you got that? F into V only you have to apply. The truck is moving on the inclined plane of 1 in 50. They said 1 in 50 nothing but opposite is 1, hypotenuse is 50. And it is moving with 36 kilometers per hour. Nothing but how many meter per second? 10 meters per second. You have to convert into 10 meter per second. Then you have to find out the power delivered. Power is equals to force into velocity. Force is what on this? What is the force on the truck? mg sin theta, no? Downwards on the inclined plane, what will act? Nothing but mg sin theta. mg sin theta is the force and the velocity is how much? 10. So that what we get here means 2 kilowatt you get whenever you substitute. 20 na? 20 kilowatt. That's the answer for that. Power applied to a particle varies as P is equals to 3t square minus 2t plus 1. Watts where t in seconds, then find change in the kinetic energy, between 2 to 4 seconds. Between 2 to 4 seconds. Find the answer. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ 50. Anybody else? $42. Different answers if people are getting. 46. Let's try. Time is where to where they are saying 2 to 4. What's the answer everybody got? 46. So 2 members only got 46. What about the remaining people? 46 you got. They are asking to find out the change in kinetic energy. To find out the change in kinetic energy, you have to apply the work energy theorem. Work done is equals to what? Change in kinetic energy. So that power is equals to what I can say here, dW by dt, and then dW is equals to what I can write, P into dt, then W is equals to what I can write, integration of P dt. This is what you have to do, integration you have to do. P is equals to dW by dt, and then dW is equals to P into dt, then W is equals to integration of P into dt. Now time where to where they are saying 2 to 4 seconds. Now for that, integration of P is how much here, 3t square minus 2t plus 1 into dt. Now what it will come as? First one will come as what? 3t cube by 3 minus 2t square by 2 plus t. So 3 gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled here. Limits are where to where? 2 to 4 they said. Then here 4 cube minus 16. 4 cube nothing but how much you will get? 64. 64 minus 16, and then this will be plus 4. That is what I applied the upper limit first. Minus lower limit is how much here? 2 cube nothing but 8 minus 4 plus 2. So that here this will be how much? 64 plus 4 nothing but that will be 68. 68 minus 16 nothing but I think 52 na? 52 right? 68 minus 16 will be 52, and then minus this will be how much here? 10 minus 4 will be 6. Then what is the answer here? 46. 46 joules is the work done. Of course the work done will be equals to what? Change in kinetic energy. 46 joules is the correct answer. Why you people did not get that? How many of you got before me? Raise your hands. That's good. What about the remaining people? Don't you know that to do the integration? ಯುವರಾಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜಿರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ತಗೊಂಬ, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, little typical problem. Next one is a body of mass 1 kg is projected with u is equals to 5 meter per second. A body of mass 1 kg is projected with u is equals to 5 meter per second from the surface of the earth at an angle 60 degrees with the horizontal, at an angle 60 degrees with the horizontal. Then what is the power delivered by the gravitational force? Power delivered by the gravitational force at point M. At M and at N. You have to find out the power delivered by the gravitational force. By the way, initial speed is how much? 5 meter per second. At an angle theta is equals to how much? 60 degrees. First of all, you have to find out the power delivered at the M, point M. You have to use P is equals to FV formula only and then get the answer. You have to use dot product formula. P is equals to F bar dot V bar. Then only you get the answer. How much? At what point? Point M. No. At point M it should be 0. Little twisted problem only, you have to think more for this. What's the answer? At N 50 watts. No. At M, what is the answer you got? How you got that as 0?
mg is acting downwards, my velocity is on right. So 90 degree cos theta.
Very good. Very good. At point N, it will be 25 root 3. 25 root 3 is the answer. Got it, Pratika? Very good. At point M, you got? You got? Very good. See that? Look at the problem. Now they are saying that you have to find out the power delivered by the gravitational force. So power is equals to, what is the formula for us? P is equals to F bar dot V bar. So that what I can write simply FV cos theta I can write. Dot product nothing but what I can write, cos theta only. Now you have to find out the power delivered by the gravity at point M and then at point N. First of all, you have to mainly remember that the velocity will be changing here. If you see only in the horizontal direction, otherwise only in the vertical direction, it will not change. So only we have not taken the dot product. Directly we have taken F into V only. But here in the projectile, at each and every second of time, the velocity direction will be changing. So compulsory you have to take the vector form only. That is how you have to identify first of all why I have to take the vector form. You might be get the doubt. For all the problems we have taken F into V only. For this problem why we have to take means here velocity direction is changing. In all that cases whatever we have taken, for example just now we have seen the inclined plane problem. The truck was going in the upward direction only. The velocity is there in the same direction, it is not changing. And by the way they have said on the inclined plane only. Velocity of the truck they said on the inclined plane only. So along the inclined plane only they have given, so everything I have taken like that only. So here it will changes, why? Because the velocity direction will changes at each and every second of time. That is how you have to identify why I have to do the Fv cos theta, otherwise why I have to do only Fv only. You understand, right? Why you have to do? So here direction is changing. Now P is equals to F into V cos theta. Then they are asking about what? Power delivered by which force? Gravitational force. So that P of mg you have to find out. For that Pmg is equals to force nothing but of course which force? Gravitational force, mg into V into cos theta. This is what your formula for the entire problem. Now here you have to find out first of all at point M. At point M which velocity will be there? U cos theta, only U cos theta will be there. No other velocities, U cos theta. And also velocity is acting, gravitational force is acting in which direction? Downward direction. Now our velocity is U cos theta. This cos theta did not come from the formula. I am saying that our velocity itself, what is that? U cos theta. So that mg into the velocity value is U cos theta, and what is the angle between them? 90 degrees. So that into cos 90 degrees. You understand what I have done? Now here cos 90, without substituting the values also, cos 90 becomes how much? 0. So power delivered by the gravitational force at the highest point is how much? Nothing but that is 0. You will find one theory question also based on this in our exercises. So power delivered by the gravitational force at maximum height is 0. And the next thing is, here it is important, whenever it is striking the ground in this direction it is striking. So whenever it is striking, so here see this, the angle with the horizontal is how much here? 60 degrees. So that I am just twisting in this direction, I am just tilting in this direction. So that what will get the angle? Which angle is 60 again? See that with horizontal it is 60, right? Now here also with horizontal how much this is? Theta is equals to 60. Then this will be how much? 30 degrees. Now you have to take which angle first of all, tell me. Power delivered by which one you are finding here? Gravitational force. Gravitational force is acting in which direction? Downward direction. So you have to take the velocity also in which direction? Downward direction only. You understand, right? So if you take this velocity, that will give you however 0 only. Why? Because gravity is acting in downward direction. If you take this velocity, that is what we have done here. But here at point N, you have to take, here u is there, nothing but the velocity of the projection is equals to velocity of striking only. So that here the velocity is u, means this is u, this is 30, this will be how much? U cos 30. This is the velocity you have to consider. If you consider this velocity also, of course we have to consider this also. This is how much? U sin 30. But on u sin 30, what is the power delivered? 0, right? Why? Because this is there in which direction? Horizontal direction. Mg is there in which direction? Downward direction. So what is the angle between them? 90 degrees. We will do that also. Don't worry about that. See that. Second one, power delivered by the mg is equals to, then here what I have to write? Force into velocity, total velocity v bar I have to take into what is the angle between them? Cos theta I have to take. Now here mg into v bar, nothing but what we are having here? V bar means u sin theta minus u cos theta. So that here u sin 30 degrees minus u cos 30 degrees, and also the angle between them separately you have to take. This is the cos theta. So here mg is nothing but how much they said? 1 kg na, mass is 1 kg, here 10, and then u sin 30. Now for u sin 30 for mg, what is the angle between them? 90 degrees. So that what you have to take here? Cos 90 degrees minus u cos 30 here, u cos 30. For u cos 30 for mg, what is the angle between them? U cos 30 is in which direction? Downward direction. Mg also in which direction? Downward direction. So what is the angle between them? Cos 0 degrees. You understand what I have written here? Now here this will become how much? 0. Then 10 into u cos 30, nothing but how much you will get? Root 3 by u, root 3 by 2. U is how much? 5. Root 3 by 2 into cos 0 is however 1 only. Then this will be how much? 25 root 3. Why it is in downward direction? Nothing but as compared to the first one, this is there in which direction? Downward direction. So only we are getting here negative. Listen, again I'll explain. So here they are doing projectile motion here of how much mass? Nothing but mass is 1 and then velocity is 5 meter per second at an angle how much? 60 degrees. So whenever they are projecting, then what happening? Nothing but that particle is going here and then striking the ground. It is coming in downward direction. However, it is striking the ground in this way. So whenever it is hitting the ground, after hitting, they are asking that you have to find out what is the power delivered by the mg at the maximum height, power delivered by the mg at the striking point. That is what they are saying. So power delivered by the mg at the maximum height, nothing but always you have to take in the vector form only. Why? Because here velocity direction is keep on changing. So that P is equals to what is the formula for us? F bar dot V bar, instantaneous power here. So that Fv cos theta we will get. Power delivered by the mg, nothing but which force you have to take here? Gravitational force only, right? So that mg into V cos theta I have taken. Here cos theta is what? Theta is what? Angle between mg and velocity. Angle between force and velocity only, no? Cos theta here. So that force is mg and the velocity at the maximum height. What is the velocity at maximum height? U cos theta. U cos theta I have written. What is the angle between mg and v here? Nothing but mg is there in this direction, v is there in this direction. What is the angle between them? 90. So that only cos 90 I have taken, everything is 0. That one is finished. Next case is, you no need to take this one also. Why? Because you will easily get to know that mg is acting in the downward direction, u sin theta is acting in this direction, and that power delivered is how much? 0. Why? Because both are perpendicular to each other, right? Then on which only power will be delivered? Nothing but on the vertical component only. Why? Because mg in the downward direction, u cos theta also in the downward direction only. I have two components like this. I have two components. One is, this one is what? U cos 30. This one is u sin 30. My mg is acting in which direction? Downward direction. So whenever the mg is acting in downward direction, along the mg what is there here? U cos 30 is there. For u sin 30, what is the power delivered? 0. What is the angle between them? 90. So that this will become how much? 0. Only this one will be there. Clear? So only u cos 30 will come in the picture here. U sin 30 will become 0. Why? Because angle between them here 90 degrees. Now for that again, mg power delivered by the mg is mg into total velocity you have to consider here. The velocity of projection is equals to always what? Velocity of striking. We have discussed this kind of problem so many already. So that velocity of striking I have taken as u only again. Here with horizontal how much angle it is making as? 60 degrees. So here also with horizontal 60 only. Then the other angle is how much? 30 here. Now this is u, this is 30 means you can even, some of the people might be get the doubt that why she has to put 60 only, now why she has taken 30. You can put 60 also. At that time this will be how much? U cos 60, this will be u sin 60. U sin 60 is again how much? Root 3 by 2 only, right? Understand, right? Anything you can take, there is no problem in that. So here for u cos 30, mg is there in the downward direction, only for that power will be delivered. For u sin 30, it will not be affected. Why? Because the angle between mg and u sin 30 is how much here? 90 degrees. From that you got Pmg is equals to 25 root 3 watt. Clear? Copy that. Almost power problems will be very easy. They cannot ask more than this. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಓಕೆನಾ? ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಮನೋಜ್? ಯಾಕೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಡನಾ? ಎಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. A dam is situated at height of 550 meters. A dam is situated at height of 550 meters above the sea level and supplies water to a powerhouse which is at height of 50 meters which is at height of 50 meters above the sea level, above the sea level, full stop. 2000 kg of water passes through the turbines. 2000 kg of water passes through the turbines. Passes through the turbines per second. Full stop. The maximum electrical power output. The maximum electrical power output of the powerhouse if the whole system were 80% efficient. Whole system were 80% efficient. So before this problem we will discuss something called efficiency. What do you mean by efficiency? Input by output, output by input, output by input. The efficiency neta is output power, power output by power input, or we can say that useful power by input power. This is the efficiency formula. Whenever we say the efficiency in percentages, then neta in percentages nothing but what they have given here, P out by P in into 100. That is what they have given. So this is about the efficiency of any motor, otherwise any engine. They said power is equals to what is the efficiency is equals to power output by power input, or efficiency in percentage is nothing but you have to just multiply with 100. Now whenever you come to this problem, they are saying that a dam is situated at a height of how much 550 meters above the sea level and supplies the water to a house which is at a height of 50 meters above the sea level. The dam is there at what height? 550 meters, and the house is there at what height? 50 meters. So that, and after that what they are doing, 2000 kg of water passes through the turbines per each second. You have to find out the electrical power output. For that, first of all you have to calculate the power. Whenever they have given any problem, you just forget about the efficiency. You have to calculate the power. What they have given, a dam is situated at, whenever you want to find out the power, nothing but dam is situated at what height? H is equals to 550 meters, and the house is situated at what height? 50 meters. Now how much height the motor is raising the water? 500. That's it. See, already it is there at 550 and then this is there at 50. So it is giving how much displacement? Nothing but 500 only. So that the net displacement only you have to take. So mgh divided by T, that's it. That is the formula. Mgh dash, nothing but mg into delta h you have to take. So mass is how much here? 2000 kg. G is how much? 10. And then delta h is how much here? 500. That divided by time is per each second they are saying. So here how much it will be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 power 7 watts. Otherwise what I can write here? 10 megawatts I can write. Mega nothing but how much? 10 power 6 only. This is the power input. This is the power input. Now they are saying that system is how much efficient? 80% efficiency. So that neta is equals to output power by input power. They are saying that output electrical power only here. So that P output is equals to, what I can write? P out is equals to neta into P in I can write. So that neta is how much here? 80%, 80 by 100 into P in is how much here? 10 power 7 watts. Then what is the answer you will get? I think 8 into, yes, 8 megawatts. This is the electrical power output you got. You understand the problem, right? What I have given? So here neta means always you have to take output power by input power. Yes. Next problem. A pump can take 7,200 kg. A pump can take 7,200 kg of water per hour. From 100 meters deep well. Then calculate the power of the pump. Assuming the efficiency is 50%. Read properly first of all. What they are asking, find. They are asking output, otherwise input, what they are asking. Read the question and then understand. Otherwise you will get the wrong answer. Varun, come to first bench. Get up from there, come here. Yes, very good, ma. 4,000 is the answer. $4,000 is the correct answer. You got that? That is why I said you have to decide first of all what you have to find out. Do the problem. Becoming so lazy. You have to do the problems. Yes, this much time. It can do nothing but, what is that? It can do whatever it might be, you just leave about that. They are saying that you have to find out the power of the pump. Power of the pump, nothing but power given by the pump or power of the pump, they are saying. Power of the pump, nothing but you have to find out the input. The rating of the motor you have to find out. They might be said sometimes that you have to find out the rating of the motor, capacity of the motor, this and all. That and all indicates that you have to find out the input only. Clear? So that here the power of the pump, nothing but you have to find out the input. For that, first of all, neta is equals to P out by P in. Now first of all you have to find out the output power. What is that they are saying? How much mass? 7,200 kg mass. G is 10 and then height is how much? How much deep well? 100 meters deep well. In how much time they are saying? 1 hour. 1 hour nothing but 60 minutes and then 60 seconds. 3,600 seconds you have to take. Then this 2 zeros gone. This will be how many times? 2 times. Yes. Then 2 kilowatt. 2 kilowatt is the power output. Now the efficiency you have to take. Efficiency is how much they are saying? Efficiency is 50%. So that you have to find out the input power. P input is equals to P output by efficiency. P output is already how much? 2000 watts. That divided by efficiency is how much they are saying? 50%. So that 50 divided by 100. And this will gives you 2 and then 2 will go up. Then what is the answer you will get? 4 kilowatt. Some of the people might be confused that they might be taken this as only input power and then they might be got output power answer. So only I said you have to read the question properly. Next, last problem in this, we will start the vertical circular motion. A car of mass 1250 kg, a car of mass 1250 kg experience a resistance of 750 newtons. when it moves at 30 meter per second, 30 meter per second, full stop. If the engine can develop, if the engine can develop 30 kilowatts at this speed, 30 kilowatts at this speed, then find maximum acceleration, that the engine can develop. That you work on. If you don't get, ask me tomorrow. Next, vertical circular motion. Vertical circular motion. Very easy topic, very easy. See, we have to mainly remember about you have to remember just two logics, that's it. You can find out all the formulas and then you can find out all the answers, whatever they have given. Just I will tell the logic, there is no need to explain the formulas and all, no need to explain the derivations and all, in the problems only you will get that. So that you just remember the formulas what I am saying here, mainly you have to observe the logic. So here, till now whatever we have discussed in that, all the problems the particle was rotating in the horizontal circle like this. Now the particle is, for example, I am just keeping here and then I am leaving, then what happening here? It is also covering a vertical circle only, na? So that kind of motions we will discuss, not about only the rod, it might be about the particle, or it might be about any smooth track I have taken and then I am just projecting a stone. Close the door. I am just projecting a stone in the smooth track like that also. So any case that might be, but the vertical circle is very easy topic, you can remember all the formulas easily. Mainly I will divide this circle into 4 parts. Let me take point A, B, C and then D. C is the topmost point and then A is the bottommost point, B and then D are the middle points I have taken. Now this radius of the circle is here R, Satvika listen. Radius of this circle is how much here? R is the radius. Now you have to, first of all you have to remember the velocities and then tensions at different points. For that I will tell you one logic. Whenever you see at the maximum height, for example I am just rotating something in with the string, massless string I have taken, at the maximum height what happens? Tension will be how much?
mg.
Tension will be mg, otherwise it will become 0, maximum height, almost 0 it will become. Tension will become 0, maximum height it is going nothing, but I kept the string like this, is it possible? Can I keep like this? What happens? Immediately it will fall down, right? So that at the maximum height the tension will become 0. It will be stiff only under the centrifugal force. Why? Because the particle will be rotating. So before that, so here tension is what I said, tension at C is approximately equals to 0, almost 0, completely 0. Now here tension is 0. For the tension 0 here plus 3 you have to do, then this will be how much here? Nothing but 3 mg. Mg only, no? Tension will be equals to here mg only. So here 3 mg, again for that you have to do plus 3, then this here tension will be how much? 6 mg. Again here whatever is there, 3 mg is there, nothing but here also how much will be there? 3 mg only. While coming in the downward direction tension will get increased, obviously. Why? Because weight will be increasing here. So while going in the upward direction again minus 3 you have to do, then here 3 mg is the tension, and then after that minus 3 nothing but how much it will get as 0. Next, about the velocity. The velocity at the topmost point is, the velocity at topmost point Vc is equals to, you will have root gr. The velocity at the topmost point is root gr. For that you have to do plus 2. Plus 2 nothing but what will you get here? Vd is equals to root 3 gr. For that again plus 2 you have to do, that is how much here? Root 5 gr. And then here whatever is there, here also the same thing will come, that is also how much? Root 3 gr only. Again here it is 0. I will explain you how we got that also, but I am saying the logic to remember. So for the tension always you start from the topmost point. For the tension what you have to do? Plus 3 minus 3 minus 3. Just remember this one, just plus 3 and then plus 3, that's it. Whatever you got for the D, you will get for the B also same. And then for the velocity, here at the topmost point, the tension will be 0. If the velocity also becoming 0, then what happens? Nothing but it cannot complete the circle. Why? Because centrifugal force will become how much? 0. If centrifugal force is not there, nothing but it cannot be stiff, it will fall down. So that here the velocity is how much? Root gr. The velocity is root gr here. After that, for that what you have to do? Plus 2 and then plus 2. For the tension, plus 3 plus 3. For the velocity, plus 2 and then plus 2 you have to do. Clear? You remember, right, all the formulas? Now, we will discuss how this came and all. For example, first of all, I have taken a pendulum bob of mass m. I have taken. This bob of mass m, while doing the circular motion, I am just observing this one at point B. What happens at point B, we will see. So, here at point B, nothing but you have to find out the, first of all, you have to find out the velocity. You have to apply conservation of energy here. So, for that purpose, what is the displacement here? R only, right? Very good. Displacement is R here. Final position is this one, initial position is this one. Now, you have to find out the conservation of energy, nothing but energy at point A is equals to what I can write? Energy at point B. At point A. At point A, what is the velocity I am having here? Root phi gr is the velocity. So, that kinetic energy plus potential energy at point A is equals to kinetic energy and potential energy at point B. We will find out the velocity at point B, for that only I am finding here. So, the kinetic energy at point A is what? Half m into Va square. What is the potential energy at point A? This is a 0 level. This is a 0 level I consider. So, that what is the potential energy here? 0. That is equals to the kinetic energy at point B. I want to find out that only half m into Vb square. Half m into Vb square plus potential energy is how much? Mg into what is the height here? R is the displacement. Mg into R. Now here half m into Va square. M I will get cancel m and then what is remaining? Half Va square. Va value is how much I said? Root phi gr, nothing but here what will get? Phi gr is equals to half Vb square plus gr. Then I will cancel 2 also here. If I cancel 2 here, what you will get here? 2 you will get here. Then Vb square is equals to how much? Phi gr minus 2 gr, nothing but 3 gr. Then Vb is equals to under root 3 gr. Clear, right? You understand, right? Now, here also you can find out even tension also. For that, only tension means there is no need to apply the conservation of energy. We will take the forces only. Whenever the particle is revolving in the vertical circle, obviously in circular path, nothing but on the mass what will be acting? Centrifugal force will be acting. So, that centrifugal force is acting in this direction, that is Fc. And also mg is acting in which direction? Downward direction. Tension is acting inwards in this direction. So, that clearly at this point, if I want to apply the equilibrium of forces, what I can write here? T is equals to Fc, that's it, right? T is equals to Fc. T is equals to Fc. Then T is equals to Fc, nothing but what is the formula? mv square by r. M into, what is the velocity here? 3 gr. 3 gr divided by r. Then what is the answer you are getting? 3 mg. This is the tension at point B. Clear? Now, if you want to find out the tension at point A, at that time, now here radially outwards what is acting here? Centrifugal force, and also downwards what is acting? mg, and the tension is acting in the upward direction. So, that clearly what I can write here? Tension is equals to mg plus mv square by r. mg plus mv square by r. What is the v here? Phi gr, right? So, that m into phi gr by r. R gets cancelled. Phi mg plus mg is how much again? 6 mg only. You understand, right? How we will get this formula, sir? So, T is equals to 6 mg here. T at A. T at B is 3 mg. So, instead of why to do this much and all, you just remember the logic. Easily we can remember. From top you start. For the velocities what you have to do? Plus 2 you have to do. And for the tension what you have to do? Plus 3 you have to do. That's it. Clear, right? And also, in this one theory is important. Whenever you do the circular motion, you have taken a circular motion here. The particle of mass m, listen properly, this one is important. So, here particle of mass m is there here, I'm just hanging with a simple pendulum, massless string. So what happening, nothing but I'm just making it to do the circular motion. Making it to do the circular motion with velocity v. For example, I am not giving the velocity under root 5 gr. I am not giving that much of velocity. This is the minimum velocity required. This is the minimum velocity required. Nothing but this velocity should be greater than or equals to root 5 gr. Then only it is able to complete the circular motion. So I am not giving the enough velocity here. Then what happens? Can it complete the circular motion? No, it cannot do. For example, it is not able to cross the point B also. Then what it will do? I am giving a small velocity such that it is not able to cross point B also. Then what it will do? Oscillates. Somewhere it will come in middle here, and then after that it will come back, and then it will be oscillating, and somewhere at the some time it will got dead. Understanding or not? If it is not able to cross point B means, then what happens? It will come here, and then it is not able to cross only. Then what happens? It will come back. Again oscillates, and then after some time what happens? Nothing but it will come into rest due to the air friction, obviously. Then I am giving enough velocity to cross point B but not C. It is able to cross point B but not able to cross point C. If it is crossing point C, nothing but once it is crossing the point C, nothing but it will do the circular motion. There is no doubt in that. Now it is just I have given the enough velocity to cross B only, somewhere here. Then what happens? What happens? It will oscillate, otherwise what will do? It will do the projectile motion at that time. Understand or not? See that whenever it is coming here, at that time it is having the velocity in which direction? In this direction. But it is not able to cross that. So that whenever you see this is the string direction now, you just assume everything I am saying here, you have to understand this one. This is the string direction, right? Finally whenever it is coming here, now it is having the velocity in this direction, a small velocity with angle theta, then it will do the projectile motion. It will fall like this. You might be saying that, you might be thinking that it will fall directly like this, but what happens? Nothing but after this it will do the projectile motion with last few meters per second of velocity. With that what it will do? Nothing but it will do the projectile motion. It cannot fall directly downwards. It cannot come momentarily in rest. You can do in practically also, that you can do practically, easily you will get that answer. So it will not fall directly in the downward direction. What happens? Nothing but at that time it is having the tendency to go in this direction. Due to the inertia, it will try to go in this direction only, but it is not having the enough velocity. Then what it will do? Nothing but it will do the projectile motion here. Clear? You understand, right, all of you? This one is easy only to understand. The simple pendulum one is oscillation is easy only. But here what happening? Nothing but it is trying to move along the circle only, but it is not having the enough velocity. What it will do? Nothing but it is not able to go in this direction, so that due to less velocity what happens? Nothing but it will come in this direction. It is coming, the tangential velocity is there in this direction, nothing but obviously it will do the projectile motion like this only. From here free fall only, obviously, for the body, and the free fall is not about the vertically downward direction, it will free fall under the projectile motion. Clear, right, everybody? So that whenever it is crossing point B, then what motion it will do? Projectile motion. Whenever it is crossing point A, it will do which one? Simple harmonic motion. And whenever it is crossing point C, then what happen? It will do circular motion. Clear, right? Write that about first. Vertical circular motion. When the particle got enough velocity to cross point C, then it will do VCM. Come on. If it does not get enough velocity, if it does not get enough velocity to cross point C, between point B and C, between point B and C, it will fall freely, it will fall freely and follows projectile motion. Comma, between A and B, between A and B, the particle will do oscillations, the particle will do oscillations if it is not able to cross point B, if it is not able to cross point B. One deadliest trick I will tell about this, for all the problems without conservation of energy you will not get the answer, that's it. Always for all the vertical circular motion problems you have to apply the conservation of energy only, then only you will get the answer. Clear? So remember that. Also copy that whatever I have done here. Everything should be here greater than or equals to. That circle also you have to draw. Under this point mainly that circle only you have to draw. Draw the directions of velocity also. At point A, which direction? Direction of velocity, direction of the particle. Particle is moving on the anti-clockwise direction. At point A, which direction? Yes, right side, this is VA in this direction. And then here, in which direction? Upward direction, VB. Then here VC, of course, here which direction? Downward direction, that is VC. VD, I am sorry. Finished, huh? Right, the logic also, how to remember the formulas. Start at point C, and then for the tension you have to add plus 3 plus 3. For the velocity you have to add plus 2 plus 2. అది ఆడట్లేదు చేయట్లేదు ఎందుకు ఆన్ చేశారు దాన్ని వద్దులే అయిపోయింది టైం అయిపోయింది నాది ఎలాగో finished, huh? 2 circles you have drawn. That is also important for theory. Next, see that there are, whenever they ask at point A, point B, point C, point D, we can do everything. Whenever they said in middle at somewhere at point P, then how to solve that? Somewhere at any point P, if they are asking means how to solve that? What I said, always what you have to apply? Conservation of energy. There is no other choice. You have to do the conservation of energy only. Right, as a problem. Find velocity and tension of, find velocity and tension in the string, and tension in the string when the particle of mass m is hanging by a string of length L, at point P. And at point P, first only I said, నువ్వేం రాస్తావురా నాకు అర్థం కావడానికి. Find velocity and tension in the string when the particle of mass m is hanging by a string of length L at point P and whirling in vertical circle, You have to find out the velocity at this point. For that, listen here. Now here, whenever it is there at point A, already everybody know that. What is the velocity here at point A? Root 5gr. You have to remember. If you don't remember means you cannot even solve one problem also in this. You have to remember that formulas. So here, what is the velocity? Nothing but that is root 5gr. 5gr, nothing but here length is how much I am giving as L. So that root 5gl. Now I have to find out the velocity at this particular point. Let me take that is Vp. So to find the velocity at that point, first of all, I have to apply the conservation of energy. I said this is the initial point, this is the final point I got. This initial point is a 0 potential energy level. Now at this point you have to apply the conservation of energy between 0 potential energy level to the point P. Then you can find out the velocity and then whatever they are asking tension also. Now for that, before that, what I can do, nothing but I can apply the conservation of energy. Energy at point A is equals to energy at point P, obviously. So the energy at point A, which energy is kinetic and then potential at A is equals to kinetic and potential energy at point P. Kinetic energy at point A. What is the kinetic energy? Half m into, what is the velocity here? 5gl, right? So that 5gl plus potential energy is how much at that point? 0. Then kinetic energy at point P, half m into, what is the velocity there? Vp square. That is what I have to find out, of course. Plus potential energy is how much? Yes, very good, Yuvraj, very good. This will be how much? Height h. We have discussed in the simple pendulum in work power energy introduction topic. So height h is equals to what will get here? L minus L cos theta. You remember that? Yes. So here here h value is how much now? L into 1 minus cos theta. So that here mg into height gained is how much here? L into 1 minus cos theta. Do you remember this value? H is equals to L minus L cos theta. However, you will get here angle is theta here. This is L cos theta. Then this height will be total L minus L cos theta only. Now here, just I am cancelling the half here and then along with that m also I am cancelling here. Then what will get here? 5gl is equals to Vp square plus 2gl into 1 minus cos theta. Now Vp square is equals to 5gl minus 2gl. I am sending inside again, so that minus of minus will be how much? Plus 2gl cos theta. Do you understand what I have done? I have sent this side and then sent minus inside. Then 5gl minus 2gl will be 3gl plus 2gl cos theta. From this what I can take common as? Gl I can take common as. Then 3 plus 2 cos theta. This is the velocity at any point. Understand, right? So generally for us, what is the velocity? Nothing but generally root 5gl, no? In that 5gl only, whenever they are asking at the middle of the point, at that time this 5 will be get split into 3 and 2. For 2 you will get extra cos theta, that's it. Everything is as it is only. Clear, right? So this is the velocity at point P. Now how to find out the tension? How to find out the tension? Tension is there in this direction. Only Fc now. What about the mg? Mg also there, no? So here Fc is acting in which direction? Radially outwards. Now mg is acting in which direction? Downward direction. What is the angle between mg and Fc? Here theta means this angle also much? Theta only. If this is mg, this is theta means this will be what? Mg cos theta. Understand that? So here whenever the particle is revolving in the circle, at that time obviously centrifugal force will act. Centrifugal force will act radially outwards. So Fc is acting in this direction. Tension will act on the string. So tension is acting in this direction. And also you have to take mg. At the topmost point tension is becoming 0. At that time Fc is equals to mg directly will take. But here the thing is mg also acting, right? mg acting in which direction? Downward direction. You have to take exactly opposite to the tension here. So that mg is acting in downward direction. Here angle is theta means here also angle is how much? Theta only. Then mg and then theta, here this will be how much? Mg cos theta. So that clearly what I can write, T is equals to Fc plus mg cos theta. Then T is equals to, T at point P is equals to, Fc is what here? mv square by r. M into velocity at point P square divided by r, nothing but what? Radius of the circle is L only, plus mg cos theta. So whenever you substitute that value here, m into, what is the Vp value here? Gl into 3 plus 2 cos theta, that divided by length is how much? L plus mg cos theta. L gets cancelled here. Then what is remaining here? 3mg plus mg, 2mg cos theta plus mg cos theta. What will get there? 3mg cos theta. Then clearly what I can write? 3mg into 1 plus cos theta. This is the tension. Tension at point P is this one. You understand the diagram? First of all, if you understand the diagram, then you will get the answer. That's it. Here T is equals to exactly opposite to Fc plus mg cos theta I got. And also here Fc plus mg cos theta nothing but you have to apply the centrifugal force there. Centrifugal force formula is what? Mv square by r. At which point you are applying? At point P only. So at m into Vp square by r. I have substituted everything, that's it. Copy that. We'll have the exam up to VCM only. Tomorrow I think we can finish this one. Spring force, one more is what? Power and VCM. There is a way to remember these formulas also. At any point, that might be anything, that might be tension, otherwise velocity or potential energy also I will tell. So that might be anything. Here at point A, what is the answer for us? Root 5 GL. So that 3 GL plus 2 GL cos theta. Clear? So at point A, what is the tension for us? 6 mg. So 3 mg plus 3 mg cos theta. You understand, right? So that is how somehow you have to remember. Why? Because you have to solve this much in the exam, nothing, but it will take again time. It will take at least 2 minutes time. So to avoid that, you just remember the formula. That's it. Here it is making the angle theta here. Whenever at point P it is there, at that time it is making angle theta. So in that 3 will come normally. In both the formulas 3 will come normally only. Here 3 GL will come, here 3 mg will come. But for the extra whatever is remaining, for that you will get extra cos theta, that's it. Here 3 GL plus extra remaining is how much here? 2 GL cos theta. Here in 6 mg, 3 mg, again remaining is how much? 3 mg cos theta. Clear, right? So that is how you have to remember, and then those are the formulas. Now we will write all the formulas at a time. We will take the acceleration also, tangential acceleration and then radial acceleration. What do you mean by radial acceleration? Radial acceleration means what? In the name itself it is there. Centripetal acceleration. Meanwhile, I will give one problem, you just solve that. Within that time I will write. Find the minimum speed at A. Find the minimum speed at A so that ball can reach at point B. Ball can reach at point B as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure. You have to find out the minimum velocity. By the way, the length of the string is L here. Minimum velocity you have to give at point A so that it will just cross point B. That is what they are asking. What they said, just to crosses, what it will do? It will just reach. It can reach, they are saying, not crosses. It is just reaching. How much? Root 2 GL, that's it. See that? Here I have to give some velocity. You just forget about the 5 GL and all. If you take the 5 GL, what it will do? It will do the vertical circular motion, entire motion it will do. What I am saying, just it will reaches the point B. Just it reaches the point B. So that here I have to give some velocity, VA velocity, so that it will reach nothing but here it is coming into rest, otherwise what happening, that and all not necessary for us. It is reaching here nothing but final velocity at this point is how much, means 0 only. Now here I have to apply the conservation of energy. Energy at A is equals to energy at B. Now energy at A, only which energy is there at A? Which energy is there? Kinetic energy only, right? Why? Because this is a 0 level. Then half m into VA square is equals to, at point B I said velocity becomes 0. Which energy will be there? Only potential energy will be there. So that is mg into, what is the height here? Length only, na? Length is L here. Now m gets cancelled here. VA is equals to under root 2gl, that's it. If it is more than 2gl, then what happens? Nothing but it will cross the point B. We don't know about point C and all, it will just cross the B whenever it is greater than the root 2gl. Yes. See that. Velocity at point A. Tell me that, you have to tell. Velocity at point A is what? Root 5 gr. Root 5 gr. Point B and D? Root 3 gr. At C, how much it will be? Root gr. We will write that one about later. Now, tension at point A is 6 mg. B and D is 3 mg. And then at C is how much? That is 0. Approximately equals to 0. Approximately 0. Next, potential energy. What is the potential energy at point A? 0. Potential at point B is how much? mg into the radius of the circle. So that what I can write here? mg into L. Generally we will take the string always. Now at point C, mg into how much height is? 2L, right? From the 0 level to point C, nothing but what is the height here? L plus L. So that 2 mgl you will get, otherwise mg into 2L you will get. Clear about that? Then radial acceleration. Radial acceleration, nothing but you have to talk about the centripetal acceleration. What is centripetal acceleration formula? AC is equals to V square by R. Just do the V square by R, that's it, you will get the answer here. So for AC at point A, how much it will be? 5g. V square by R, nothing but 5gr divided by R. R gets cancelled here, so that 5g. And also here 3g. Here how much it is? G. Next, tangential acceleration. This is important. This is a little bit you have to think. At point A, what is the tangential acceleration? At point A, what is the tangential acceleration? By the way, it is moving in the vertical circle, nothing but it is moving under which force? Gravitational force only. Everywhere I am considering m only, mg only, right? I am not considering any other forces. So it is purely moving under the gravity, means whenever the particle is at their point A position, at that time gravitational force is acting in which direction? Downward direction. Then acceleration also in which direction? Downward direction only, na? G also in which direction? Downward direction. G is downward direction. Is there any acceleration there? Tangential acceleration is 0 at this point. You will understand whenever I say here. Whenever I have taken in this point, at this point the particle is moving in this direction, centripetal force is acting in this direction, so that you will get the net acceleration in this direction, net force in that direction. So here the particle is there, nothing but while calculating about the TB also we have considered TB in this direction and then centrifugal force in this direction. Did I consider mg there while calculating TB? Mg is there in which direction? Downward direction. So that our tangential acceleration also in which direction? Downward direction. In whichever direction, you just remember, in whichever the direction mg is there, in that direction only it will be there. So that at point B, it is obviously moving under the gravity only. Here it is just hanging. Here it is just hanging. It is having fully centrifugal force only. Centrifugal force and then tension only. Here what happening? Nothing but here mg is there in different direction. At that time here centripetal force, the tangential acceleration how much you will get? Nothing but g. At point C, if you observe again, at point C, is there any tangential acceleration there? No tangential acceleration. Why? Because this is there vertically, purely under the gravity only. What I am saying here is, at this point tension is there here, Fc is there here and then mg is there here. mg and then fc both are in the same direction. Nothing but total centripetal acceleration only there here. Here what happening, centrifugal force is there in the upward direction and mg is there in the downward direction, tension also in the downward direction. Again the fully centrifugal force is equals to what you will get, fully mg only right here you will get. So that what we can say, only which acceleration here, centripetal acceleration only will be there. At this point if you see, the tension is acting in this direction but the centrifugal force is acting in this direction. Then what about the mg? Mg also giving the acceleration, right? So that only it is giving the acceleration in this direction. Whenever the particle is at point D, at that time again tension is acting here and also centrifugal force is acting radially outwards. Then what is remaining here? mg is remaining outwards. One centripetal acceleration is finished. Then here what is remaining? Nothing but tangential acceleration is remaining. Here centripetal acceleration is equals to tangential acceleration. There is no tangential acceleration only here. See here, total centripetal acceleration only we are getting up to mg. Fc is equals to mg directly. Here Fc is equals to Tb. Then what about the mg? Here Fc is equals to mg. Then what about the tangential acceleration? Nothing is there. Fc completely I got as mg only. Here Fc also completely I got as mg only. But here Fc I am getting as Tb. But what about the mg? Mg is giving the tangential acceleration. Clear, right? So that at point B and then D, the tangential acceleration will be there. How much? That is nothing but g is the tangential acceleration. At point C also how much it is? 0 only. Clear, right? Everybody understood all the formulas? Then after that at point P, we will just write the formulas and then I will tell you the logic to remember also. We know the velocity at point C, point P. Velocity at point P, what is the velocity? How to remember? I said 5 GL you have to split as how much? 3 plus 2. So that what is how much? That is 3 GL plus 2 GL cos theta. Correct? Otherwise I can write it as GL into 3 plus 2 cos theta. And you put like this only, it will be easy to remember. Then tension, how to split the tension? I said 3 and then 3 na, so that 3 mg plus 3 mg cos theta. That is a tension you will get. Then what about that potential energy? What is the potential energy at point P? Height at point P, what is the height at point P? H is equals to L into 1 minus cos theta only, right? mgh is the formula, right, for the potential energy. So that mgh is equals to mg into, what is the h value at point P? L into 1 minus cos theta. Understand, right? Then after that, the radial acceleration at point P is, what you will get here means 5g is there, no? In that 5g, you will get as g into 3 plus 2 cos theta. Again 5g is there here. For 5g, of course, you have to do mv square by r here. Then what will you get? Length gets cancelled. Then what is remaining here? 3g plus 2g cos theta is remaining. That is what I am writing here. 3g plus 2g cos theta. That is the radial acceleration at point P. Then tangential acceleration at point P is, here only g is there for us. For that you will get only g sin theta here. The different one is here only tangential acceleration. As before that I will just explain all the formulas once, then later on you can write. Listen here. Already you know about the velocity and then tension very well. Yes, everybody know about that, right? Velocity and then tension we know. After that you have to talk about the potential energy. For potential energy, whenever the particle is at point A, whenever the particle is at point A, this is a 0 level, right? We will take always potential energy is how much? 0. At point A, what is the potential energy? 0. 0 potential energy. At point B, mg into, what is the height gained by it? L is the height gained by it, so that mg into L. Whenever it is at point C, what is the height gained here? This one is L plus L. Totally it will be how much? 2L, so that mg into 2L. And also this one again mg into, at point P nothing but, we already discussed just now that what is this height, nothing but h is equals to L into 1 minus cos theta. So that only mg into h value is how much? L into 1 minus cos theta. That is finished. Next, centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration, what is the formula? V square by r. Simply V square by r. For this, if you do the v square, then what it will be? 5gl. That divided by radius is how much? L. Then L gets cancelled, 5g you will get. Here root 3gl is there, 3g. Here root gl is there, g we will get. And also here 5g is there, no? For 5g, otherwise you can take this one only. Under root 3gl plus 2gl cos theta, you can do v square by L only again. What is remaining here? 3g plus 2g cos theta. 3g plus 2g cos theta. And also, next about the tangential acceleration. Wherever, you just remember the logic that wherever the centrifugal force is just opposite to the gravity, otherwise along the gravity, at that time tangential acceleration is 0. Wherever it is not along the gravity, at that time you will get the tangential acceleration. So here at point B, the Fc is there in this direction, mg is there in the downward direction. So Fc is already how much? M into AC. This one is m into g. Now AC is the centrifugal acceleration. Here g is the tangential acceleration. Where you will get the resultant? Nothing but resultant you will get here. Clear? That is what we have discussed in the net acceleration. A net is equals to what is the formula? Under root AC square plus AT square. So under root AC square plus AT square. AT is what here? G is the AT. And also whenever you see at point A, otherwise at point C, then centrifugal force is there in this direction, mg is there in the downward direction. Clearly what I can write? Fc is equals to mg. Fc nothing but what is the formula? AC is equals to mg. Then AC is equals to g. Then what about the AT? AT is becoming as how much? 0. So only at point C and then point A, the tangential acceleration is how much? 0. Why? Because the centrifugal force is exactly equal and opposite to the mg only there. And also whenever you see at point B and D, you are remaining with one extra force. What is that? mg in the downward direction, centrifugal force in the other direction. So AC is there in this direction, AT should be obviously in which direction? Downward direction, perpendicular to that only, na? So that g we got here. And at point B we will get it as g sin theta. I will prove this one tomorrow. Okay na? Copy that table. Tension root illa, yes. Copy that table as it is very important.